Hello guys, in this video I'm going to walk you through SEO copywriting, which is one of the easiest and most profitable business models in 2024, even if you're a complete beginner and have never heard of SEO or SEO copywriting ever before. I'm going to teach you and show you how to get results like this with the first ever message you sent, if you're lucky and if you try really hard and you make sure that you master the skill, which I'm going to walk you through. I'm going to walk you through in this video what SEO copywriting is, how it's different from traditional copywriting like email marketing, why businesses have a burning need and desire for it, and how to actually write the SEO content that sells and gets clients. All right, let's just jump straight in, guys. What is SEO copywriting? Ultimately, it stands for search engine optimization. It's the process of getting websites to rank higher on Google. Normal copywriting is the process, perhaps in email marketing, you're trying to get people to click on the email so that they click through and buy a product. On this, you are getting paid simply for getting content to rank higher, which means just improving the content so that it ranks higher on Google so people click on it. SEO copywriting then is a sub-skill within copywriting itself, which utilizes SEO. It's where you write blogs and articles for a website with the keywords that people are searching for using tools like this one right here. These articles then help that website to rank higher on Google, usually at the first page of the search results whenever a person searches those keywords. So guys, we're trying to get the article to rank on the top, so when people first search for it, they immediately see what they're searching for in the eyes of the prospect or your client. If we search for laser eye treatment, we immediately see here Mayo Clinic. Okay, Mayo Clinic are creating blog articles and pages like this with specific keyword research using this tool. The lower the number, essentially, the better the keyword. They take as many of those low number keywords as they can and they put it inside the content of the article that they're writing. The more strategically they place those keywords based on how other people in the same niche are doing it, the more likely they are to rank higher. It's really straightforward and simple, guys. And the reason why I suggest that this is the best way to get your foot in the door rather than email marketing or sales letters or landing pages, whatever it is, this is the best way because it's a logical, rational skill set. And as a beginner, it does not require you to be a creative mastermind. You simply just have to learn the rules, follow the rules. And ultimately, if you become better than the other people who are doing it, which by the way, because this is a relatively unsaturated niche, there's not many other people, your competition is not so great, unlike email marketing and unlike sales pages. So you're much more likely to get clients and you'll have a much easier time, guys. So how is it different from traditional copywriting? Well, unlike email copywriting in VSLs, sales letters, writing scripts, SEO copywriting is very different. It does not require, as I said, it does not require any creativity or writing skills. In traditional copywriting models, you have to write extremely compelling copy, so it's aimed to persuade the reader to take a specific action like making a purchase or signing up for a newsletter. But in SEO copywriting, you're simply writing content for articles that are informative enough for people who are searching for those articles, but are at the same time optimizing those articles with the right keywords, structure and frequency so it can rank higher on Google when people search for those articles. So your goal here is simply just getting more traffic towards your client's website, and that is ultimately what you're being paid for. And since there's no aim of selling anything, it makes it so much easier for people who do not want to be super creative and learn the art of selling. It's a difficult skill. It involves you to be a little bit more extroverted. This is perfect here as a place to start because you do not need any sales skills. You simply have to learn the skill itself, which is normally, good for introverts because it's just writing based. So why do businesses have a burning need for SEO? Well, SEO is an important, very important part of lead generation, specifically for websites. So it's all about getting new customers and bringing more visitors to a business organically through Google and through the internet. It's the very first step in getting people interested in what a business offers. Later steps like email marketing and sales letters are intended to make sure that the person stays or that the person converts into a buyer. But the goal and what you'll be paid for with SEO is trying to get the people to give your client attention simply by reading the articles itself. For example, let's say a business is showing up at number 8 in the Google search results. They get 5,000 visitors per month, but only 50 of those visitors become customers in the end. If you help them improve their SEO and get them to number 3, there is the chance to double their traffic to 10,000 visitors a month, guys, which might lead to 100 new customers. If you learn how to do this, and it's not very difficult, if you learn how to do this, I guarantee there is no issue with someone who is making that much money paying you maximum £2,000 a month. It's not a lot of money to them, and it's proof. I've been able to do it in a relatively short period of time. SEO is not the only way to get leads. Ads are obviously another way, and a natural question is, why would you not just use advertisements? Well, they do the same thing. However, ads require money. Ads bring in inorganic traffic, people who come to a website because they saw an ad that had been paid for, not because they search for it themselves on Google. It's a big difference. So organic traffic comes from, as I said, people who find a website through search engines like Google. They were searching for a term or a question that they had. They're looking for something extremely specific. And if your site shows up and they recognize it as an authority, they're more likely to visit because it's exactly what they need. These visitors are usually more interested and more likely to become customers. Inorganic traffic comes from advertisements. Businesses pay to show their website to people. While this can bring in a lot of visitors quickly, these visitors might not be as interested or ready to buy, so they do not become customers as often. So guys, I'm going to cover a few downsides of inorganic traffic, because a lot of people just immediately think, okay, advertisements, I'm going to get these clients advertisements and offer money in exchange, and offer an exchange of services for money. While ads get results really fast, there are obvious downsides. Lower quality leads, higher cost, short-term results. So with lower quality leads, people who click on ads not necessarily are going to be interested in the first place. With SEO, you know for a fact that if they're searching for it, they're already interested. So it immediately qualifies them. Whereas with ads, you do not have that qualification factor. Higher costs, ads cost more money. And once you stop paying, the traffic stops. So you have to keep paying. With organic traffic, once an article is live, it's going to stay live, and you can go and revisit that article and keep it more up to date with Google completely for free. The last part, guys, short-term results. Ads work while you're paying for them, but once the ad stops, so does the traffic. So SEO can keep bringing visitors over time, provided that the content is consistently good, even without the constant effort of making more and more ads or SEO content, whatever it is. So that's why it's important for businesses to have a lead generation expert or professional, which can be you, who can keep bringing in new visitors through SEO. In the long term, it's much cheaper than advertisements, and the visitors are more likely to become customers, which helps the business grow at a steady rate. So now I'm going to talk to you about how to actually write the SEO content itself. So SEO works by strategically adding relevant keywords and phrases into your content plan, which can be done by following these steps. So the first step is keyword competitor research. Really, really simple when you have the right tool to do so. Okay, we want to identify words and phrases that potential customers are searching for. We want to then research competitors' content, which is already ranking highly on Google. All of this can be done very simply on this tool. So the first goal is to look for content that our competitors are already using, and then figure out how they're structuring the content, and essentially copying it, then using ChatGPT to rewrite it, and then using our own understanding of SEO and content writing to rewrite it so it appears just a little bit more human. The next part is content creation and on-page SEO. So we want to identify niche markets or specific SEO strategies where you will excel, develop unique methodologies or tools that set you apart from your competitors, and then ultimately monitor and adjust. An example of this with my own competitors, I am in the private addiction niche. So this is an example of the tool I use to monitor my content. I upload the content, I mark it as ready for review. Each one is then posted, and at the end of the month, she reviews the content, and I ultimately get paid for how much I've written, which always ends up being above 1,500. Guys, it's the exact same thing for all the other clients I have too. I upload the content through a document. The document is then placed and it's reviewed on the document itself before the client or the prospect manually uploads it on their own. I usually don't have to do that part myself. Just to remind you guys, on average, your clients will pay you between £100 to £200 per article. It's normally done on a per word basis. I'm now up to 7p per word, which ultimately means that I can get away with writing 1,200 words and still getting paid 100 words per article. You do 5 of those per week, that's £500 a week for one client. That's £2,000 a month for one client, which ends up being something like $3,500. This takes 1 to 2 hours to write at max, and even less time when you get used to it. Depending on your client's website, they'll on average need 5 per week. Sometimes they have more. There have been some months, which I can show you right now, where I have done a lot more than 5 articles a week and have got paid accordingly. The highest paying month I have ever had has been £3,500, which is this one here, because of the amount of work I did. I don't have the time to do that much work anymore, but you guys who are starting out can easily rack up those high numbers if you get the right client, do the right process of qualification, and then simply leveraging ChatGPT for SEO. Guys, I'm going to make a separate video on how to use SEO, how to use ChatGPT for SEO purposes, which is going to clarify exactly how to use it and not misuse it, so that you don't risk losing the client. Finally, guys, in terms of getting clients with SEO copywriting, as I've shown you before, your goal is to get a response like this immediately. You want them to reply saying, this is how much we want to pay you, immediately after you send your first outreach response. What you're looking for is them to show interest without having to go through all the hokey pokey, because guys, the longer you take to actually get them to come to a decision on whether or not they want you, the more likely it is that they will eventually change their mind. So just want to clarify, very important that when you send the initial outreach message, again, I'm going to make a separate video on outreaching. You want to come across professional, authentic, and extremely honest. You do not want to use fake methods like bait and switch. You just want to come across like a professional, because these guys are not one-time traders like you would be reaching out to on Instagram for email marketing or VSLs. They are tend to be bigger companies, and you want that because they are much more professional. You can trust them to pay you on time, and you know that they are high quality clients, which means they're going to stick by you, they're going to be loyal, and they're going to pay you properly. So it doesn't matter if you're a non-native English speaker from countries like India, Pakistan and Nigeria, or whatever it is, or if you're just a 15-year-old and you're a complete beginner. Anyone can do this, and if you put your mind to it and scale, you can really get up to 10 to 12k at least, which if you decide that you want to scale into an agency and then grow even further from there, that is entirely possible, and not only possible, but I am proof that it is. While SEO copywriting is extremely simple, it's still an extremely detailed and complex subject matter that involves lots of studying and education to make sure that you are competent enough so that a client will see you as valuable. I have set up a copywriting academy to teach the skill. It's broken down into 4 phases. You also get a community of dedicated people, as well as one-to-one access to me. Recently, my student Stephen joined, and in his first week, within 5 days, he closed his first 1,000 per month client with ease, which he did through a process that I developed on my own. So you can check it out in the link in the description. And if you have any further questions, please just reach out to me on Instagram. And I will see you in the next video, guys.